Here's an interesting story. At this hour, state lawmakers are deciding whether to vote today on a 100-plus page Helene relief bill that the public hasn't seen yet. WRAL obtained a copy of it, and we found that most of it has nothing to do with storm relief. WRAL's Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie has been looking into this. She joins us now from the state legislative building to explain. Laura, what can you tell us?
Dan, you know, this bill has been billed as a Helene relief package, but in its 132 pages, that's big for a bill. You are basically, there's measures that would take away power from incoming Democratic officials, including incoming Governor Josh Stein, Lieutenant Governor Rachel Hunt, Superintendent of Public Instruction Mo Green, and Attorney General Jeff Jackson. There are also big changes that would be made to state election laws, state agencies, and regulations. Now, right now at this moment, Republicans are behind closed doors trying to decide if they're going to take a vote on this bill today or not. Meantime, Democrats are calling it a power grab. The biggest change would take oversight of the State Board of Elections away from incoming Democratic Governor Josh Stein and put it under incoming Republican State Auditor Dave Bolek instead. The auditor, rather than the governor, would appoint all election board members. Bolek pledged on the campaign trail to launch an investigation into the elections board. Incoming House Speaker Destin Hall declined to explain why the change is needed, but Republican lawmakers have long tried to remove the elections board from Democratic control. They tried to take control of it themselves in 2018 with a constitutional amendment, but voters defeated that effort by a nearly 2-to-1 margin. The bill would also make it easier for corporations to donate unlimited funds for political legal expenses. Critics of the bill say it could also lead to tossing out valid votes. Election officials would have 3 days instead of 9 to help voters fix problems with mail-in or provisional ballots. State Elections Director Karen Brinson Bell said the changes outlined in the bill may make it impossible for county boards of elections to adequately ensure every eligible ballot cast is counted. Provisional and mail-in ballots appear to have given Democrat Allison Riggs a small lead over Republican Jefferson Griffin in the state Supreme Court race. Incoming Governor Josh Stein was out in the mountains today out west when he heard about this. He said lawmakers should have been focusing on Helene relief as well. Instead of stepping up, the Republicans in the General Assembly are grabbing power and exacting political retribution, Stein said on social media. How about they do their jobs so we can do ours? North Carolina deserves better. Well, as of this afternoon, this bill has still never been heard in a committee. As we said, it's not available to the public yet. We'll find out in a few minutes, I suppose, whether or not it will get a vote today or tomorrow. Laura Leslie, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Well, let's take a look now at the legislative building. The House voted just minutes ago to override Governor Cooper's veto of House Bill 10. That's the bill that would drastically expand funding for private school aid. And by expand, we mean the state spending hundreds of millions of dollars more each year. It's enough money to clear the current wait list for families seeking tuition vouchers. Governor Cooper says the money would be better spent on Helene relief funding. Another aspect of the bill would require sheriffs to comply with requests from federal immigration agents and detain suspected immigrants of being in this country illegally. Protesters gathered outside the General Assembly last night and today to express their concerns with that legislation. The Senate will take up the veto override tomorrow.
A coyote